Hello, thank you for joining. This is Quarantunes for Percussion. I'm Mr. Spur. There are more episodes of Quarantunes than Star Wars. For today's lesson, we're going to first begin with a syncopated eighth note quarter note rhythm. Next, we'll look at the 8th to 16th note pattern. And then we're going to end by revisiting the paradiddle. Here's the rhythm we'll be looking at today. First, we'll begin by counting it cold. Next, we'll figure out how to count it. Then we'll count it one more time. And finally, we'll get to play it while counting it. A lot of counting, I know. But that's the life of a percussionist. With a click, set to 70. Ready and go. Oh, hello. I forgot to change the time signature. Give me a second. Here we go. 2, ready and go. 1 and 4. 1 and 4 and 3, 4 and 3 and tricky, I know. Okay, take a moment to pause the video and then we're going to figure out how to count this. So first, we're actually going to identify these phrases that we've been working on this week. So, beginning of the measure, here's one right here. Here's another one. I think we saw one like this yesterday where there's the rest there. Next measure, we actually have the reverse of this where instead of the quarter rest, we have a quarter note, but now it's 2/8 rests. So that still counts. Then we have another one of those there. And then we have the regular thing. Next, draw the skeletal pattern underneath each. 4 eighth notes. Each eighth note goes under 1. The quarter note gets 2. Same thing applies for rests. Don't cut corners. Make sure you're writing this stuff out. You know, especially a lot of you older students think this is really dumb and boring, but it's necessary. The reason why it's necessary is because it helps us actually see the structure of the rhythm. If we don't understand the structure, then we're not going to be able to play it. Simple as that. Okay, now that we have some type of structure written out, now we're going to figure out how to count this. So, we know. First know the measures on beat 1. So erase this. Go to 1. We go to the end of 1. I might need a new marker. Right there, quarter note is on, it takes up 2 eighth notes, so that means 2 is taken out, so this eighth note's on the end of 2. Beat 3 is blank, beat 4 is a quarter note. Next measure, once again, first note's 1, that's an eighth note, you go to the next eighth note. It's a quarter rest, so that means these two are blank. That takes up the end of 1 and 2, making this the end of 2. We have another rest on the quarter note, and then beat 4. It's kind of like the beginning, only we erase this guy right here. Measure 3. First beat's on beat 1, but because that's an eighth rest, we're just leaving it blank. Meaning this eighth note's on the end of 2, or end of 1, excuse me. It encompasses beat 2, and then this rest is on the end of 2, only we don't say anything. We just have to remember, because we're counting all the time, that that is the end of 2. This quarter note's on beat 3. This quarter note's on beat 4. Measure 1. We have the same pattern here. We can just erase all this stuff and just copy it, because we're smart. We know that the same rules apply to there as it is here because it's the same rhythm. And then this falls on beat 3. Go to the next eighth note. That's the end of 3. Quarter note takes up 2 eighth notes. It takes up band 4, making this last eighth note the end of 4. Try counting it once more. 1, 2, ready, and count. 1 and 1 and 4 and 3, 4 and 3 and Couple of things that I need you to notice. One, I made a mistake there, so I had to change it to and. Secondly, for these figures, I'm not going one and. I'm cutting off my and right at that last eighth note. One and. You gotta use it for the whole, or you gotta say it for the whole quarter note. Otherwise, you're not reading the rhythm correctly. Now we're going to play it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and go. 1 and 4. 1 and 4. And 3, 4. And 3 and. Something else you can do with the click is if you have a specific type of metronome, you can set it to eighth notes because we're working with eighth note patterns. So that way you're always hearing the... It might help you subdivide. Okay, let's take a look at the 16th note pattern. Here's our 16th note pattern. Let's count it out first. We're going really slow. This is at 52. The reason why I have these slow patterns, or these slow tempos, is because it gives us time to actually articulate every single 16th note. Now, I know some of you are impatient and you want to go really fast. But I just want you to think about something. Those of you that know how to ride a bike, for example, when you first tried to ride it when you were young, did you just jump on and go barreling down the road? No, if you tried that, you'd probably fall on your face. You probably needed some training wheels, had to ride really slow, develop some type of balance and rhythm in order for you to pick up the pace, and then eventually you can get faster, not riding or not relying on the wheels, and then you could be self-sufficient on that bike. This is the same thing. We got to start slow. We got to make sure we have everything precisely correct before we can start speeding up. Okay? So, here we go. Counting it cold. 1, 2, ready, and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Take a moment now to copy down this rhythm, and then together we're going to figure out how to count it. First, I'm going to put my note heads on these eighth notes I missed. Next, remember, for this pattern, we always count 16th notes, 1 E and A. But because the eighth note takes a 2/16, you just erase the E and it's 1 and A. Eighth notes, you count those as 2 and. We have the phrase again, 3 and then 2 more eighth notes, 4 and. Measure 2, we have the phrase twice, 1 and 2 and and then we have two more sets of eighth notes, 3 and 4 and. Measure 3, we have 2 eighth notes, 1 and then 2 sets of the pattern, 2 and 3 and I'm going to fix that A. And then beat 4 has 4 and then measure 4 goes 1 and 2 and then we just keep on going on. 3 and 4 and fun, I know. Here we are. Let's try counting it again. 1, 2, ready, and count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 with your sticks, here we are. And 1, 2, ready, and play. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 look at that paradiddle. Here it is, the paradiddle, once again in all its glory. So, it's just groups of 4. Single, single, double, single, single, double. Right, left, 2 rights, left, right, 2 lefts. Make sure you can feel the double in your hand as well, okay? Practice it slow, and then try just practicing it without the click. Right, left, right, right. Just one grouping. Then left, right, left, left. Then right, left, right, right. Then left, right, left, left. Once you have that in your hands, turn the click on. Just practice right hand lead, right, left, right, right, just by itself, like this. Right, left, right, right. Ready and go. Right, left, right, right. Ready and go. Right, left, right, right. Ready and go. Right, left, right, right. Then do your left hand lead. Here. Left, right, left, left. Ready and go. Left, right, left, left. Ready and go. Left, right, left, left. Ready and go. Left, right, left, left. Now put the 2 together. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. And go. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Try doing left hand lead. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. And go. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. And go. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. And go. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Now cycle through 2 groups of them, and then give yourself a break. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Right hand lead, go. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Do left hand lead this time. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Notice how I'm saying something or I'm counting as I'm playing? Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. The more you say it, the better you can play it. I'm doing left hand lead now. Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right. Once you get good at it, cycle all the way through. Paradiddle, 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 right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Paradiddle, 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 right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So that click was at 65 that time. Before you start speeding up and going, oh, I can play it really fast, you got to start slow, okay? So when you're practicing on your own time, make sure you're breaking it up like I just did, and then you're adding it to a slow click. Once you have it in your hands and it's nice and comfortable and you're relaxed, then you can start speeding it up. One last thing, when you're playing these paradiddles, make sure you're holding your sticks really loose and you're really comfortable, okay? I have a feeling some of you at home, when you're playing these, you're gripping them super tight and you're going... Don't do that, okay? You got to make sure it's nice and loose. It's got to be so loose that somebody can come up to you and just take it out of your hand, okay? Now, I'm not saying too loose to where you drop the sticks, but you still got to have some type of control over it. But at the same time, you need to have a relaxed feel so that way you can play this with ease. Otherwise, you're going to be really strained, you'll be really stressed, and you actually might hurt yourself. And we do not want that to happen. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on the contact page or send me an email. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time, and stay safe out there.